Androids are one of the oldest characters in the Dragon Ball franchise. I mean, they've actually been around since the days of Dragon Ball, making them one of the most reoccurring types of beings, I guess, in the Dragon Ball universe. But what is an android? How many types of them are there? What are their abilities? And how many have we actually seen throughout the series? Well, in this video, I'm going to try and break all of this down. This is Dragon Ball Androids Explained. And real quick, guys, I just want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. I am quite frankly tired of regular work life, and I would love to do this all day, so please help me out and hit that subscribe button. So we're going to start off with all of the different models of the androids and what is the differences between them. And this is actually pretty straightforward. There are only 4 types of androids. There's the infinite energy models, and just like their name suggests, their energy never runs out, no matter how much they use it. They also are harder to control since their behavioral inhibitors aren't compatible with their infinite energy reactors. The second type is the energy absorption model, and unlike the infinite energy model, these androids will absorb power from other opponents. Now, there is a limit to how much they can absorb, although we don't know what that is since we never see it be reached. Then there's the life absorption models. These will absorb the life force, not just the energy from anyone they choose. And then there's the life absorption models. These will absorb life force, not just energy from anyone they choose. And then there's the hybrid models, and that literally combines all of the other models. But within these models, there are different types of androids. So there's the biotechnological androids, and they are made from materials or life forms. So technically, they're a type of cyborg rather than an android, with good examples of these being 17, 18, or 20, or Dr. Gero, and even Analyza, with the exception of Gero, whose only organic part is his brain. This model of android can become stronger through training. They also age slower since their robotic parts reconstruct their cells better than regular humans, and they can actually still reproduce. Their children will just be normal humans. They also don't need to eat. They can eat, but it really isn't necessary. But they do need to drink and rehydrate their bodies. And then a subset of biotechnical android is the zombie type androids. And like I'm sure you guessed, these are androids made from corpses. Created by Dr. Hido, they have a really wide range in power and intelligence, but we don't really know all that much about them, having only seen them in the Dragon Ball Super manga. But from what we have seen, Goten and Trunks can pretty easily handle them, so they aren't all that powerful in the grand scheme of things. The next type is mechanical type androids. Again, pretty self-explanatory. These androids don't have organic parts and are completely mechanical, with examples of these being 8er, 16, 19, and Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, plus the non-canon 13, 14, and 15. But then finally, there's the bioandroids. And these androids aren't built or modified organics, rather they're sort of a combination of the two. They're made through biological engineering, with Cell and Cell Max being the only examples we actually have, and he was literally created in a test tube. Now, a subset of bioandroids is what I like to call stage 2 bioandroids, and these are clones created by bioandroids, and the only example we have of those are actually the Cell Juniors. But now we can get into their powers, and like I said previously, the overall strength of androids can vary greatly, with some of them just being stronger than humans, and others being some of the strongest beings in the universe. And I'm not going to go into each one's special abilities here. If there are any you would like for me to go into for that, please leave a comment below. So I'm just going to give you a general rundown. So all androids have some level of superhuman strength. Most of them can fly, not all of them, but most of them. And it's the same thing for key manipulation. I already mentioned the infinite energy and energy absorption. Also, some androids can absorb other androids and gain new, more powerful forms, like Cell, Super 13, and Super 17. Cell also has a slightly different way of absorbing, not only draining energy, but basically the entire body, leaving the being he absorbed in a husk. But one thing all androids share is the thing that actually makes them a real threat, and that is that their ki cannot be sensed. Thus, they are difficult to fight since you can't use their ki to sense their movements or to find them during a fight. But that is pretty much it for their powers. Now I want to get into their weaknesses. Once again, they will vary depending on the type as well as the individual android themselves, so I'm still going to be generalizing, and I can dive deeper if I can talk about individuals. Again, leave those down in the comments. But to speedrun this, 1, you don't need to destroy them to beat them, as Bulma showed. If you know how, you can make shutdown switches that will destroy them, probably by activating the bombs that most of them have in them, or I would assume a EMP would knock out their mechanical side, and for the bio androids that might be a problem because they probably need some of those biotechnical parts to live. 2, there is a limit to how much energy most of the absorbing androids can absorb. Like I said, we're not 100% sure what that limit is, but there is a limit. The majority of them have specific directives that they have to follow and are unable to do anything else. So that's why like all of them are kind of obsessed with killing Goku, or just specifically doing like certain things that their boss tells them to do. And then most of them are literally just machines. So if you hit them hard enough, they'll break. Once they break, they're broken and they have to be rebuilt. So not like, you know, they can heal with senzu beans and things like that. But honestly though, avoid all of that, and becoming an android, or technically a cyborg, in the Dragon Ball universe is actually not such a bad thing. Because I'm just saying, like, though there are strong humans, most of them are pretty irrelevant in the story now, but the androids have actually managed to stay in there, being some of the strongest beings in the universe. But that's pretty much everything you need to know about androids in Dragon Ball, and I probably missed something since we have seen so many. I was going to try and give you a list, but I think I mentioned and showed all of them throughout the video. But let me know in the comments down below if I missed any of them that you want to see, and if I missed anything cool about them. Also, remember, hit the subscribe button, like and share, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video from me, and I will see you in the next video.